Quantum Conversations, your portal to the inner realms. Access infinite possibilities, infinite mastery, and infinite love. Mind-expanding, heart-opening conversations with some of the greatest spiritual teachers, luminaries, and healers of today's world. Usher in new earth by living in your sacred heart. Quantum Conversations is brought to you by acoustichealth.com, home of music from the universe, online healing retreats, and this program. Claim your free registration to daily shows at acoustichealth.com. acoustichealth.com, your portal to the inner realms. Our program starts shortly. Welcome to another Quantum Conversation, brought to you by acoustichealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and I invite you to sit back as we enter the quantum realm, that space of the greater part of you. It is your connection to infinite possibilities, infinite potential, and infinite mastery. And we are moving into deeper levels of mastery. I'm sure each of us can feel it through our heart space. And get ready today because we are in for an incredible treat. My guest today is Nora Walks in Spirit. She has just returned from the outback in Australia, and she is here to share a very interesting and high-level connection to a star elder who is here to assist all of us to live from a higher platform. And what a beautiful time as we are closing out 2018 and we are on the precipice of the 12/12 Gateway and the December solstice of 12/21 and moving into 2019. Let's welcome back Nora Walks in Spirit to Quantum Conversations. Hello, Nora.
Hello, 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 everyone. It's good to be online again. Wow. Back home and back here and back online with you guys.
Well, I just get shivers or goosebumps when I heard you sharing what we have in store for today, because this is powerful. And really, this is a star elder connecting you to new grid systems, and yet each of us can connect to a star spirit guide when we connect to our star planet. So share with us today. Let's talk a little bit about your recent journey to the outback.
Yes, it's wonderful to share that experience and just to know that it's still permeating and synchronizing into the body, into the mind, and into my soul journey. Even as we're here tonight, it's still working from the just the profound experience that I had standing in front of that massive megalith at Ayers Rock and at Catachuta in the wee hours of the morning before the sun comes up. It's very dark, it's very quiet, and it's so quietly still. You are really in the highest stillness of a holiest frequency, really. You realize how beautiful Gaia is and how high the frequencies of holiness is in those sacred outback territories. And so standing in front of that rock formation and just waiting for the sunrise, I just got this very strong presence come over me. I closed my eyes and I just heard this tapping, like a clicking noise. And then I could see above the rock formation, up in the sky with the stars that are so bright, a very small vision of a medicine man, a star elder, an outback Aborigine medicine man with a stick. And it was interesting because I closed my eyes. It was very clear, the formation, the face, everything of him. And then I would hear the tapping, but it was almost like the tapping was right beside me, like someone tapping a stick on the ground. The energy of the higher frequencies started coming through the crown chakra, and just the next morning it was even stronger. And now I hear him to this day when he's coming in to visit me to bring any profound information, high teachings and techniques to move into the higher consciousness, to sustain yourself longer in the higher mind, and to assist with letting go of thought forms. These are the teachings he's giving me. I hear that tapping just like I did out in that desert outback. And I hear the tapping, like a little tapping of stick, and then just the high-pitched ringing comes in my ears, and now the ringing doesn't come in anymore. It's just information of how to teach us, how to align us, and how to connect us to all the grid systems. And the most empowering information I'm finding is magnetics, and grid systems. These seems to be the three topics that these star elders are coming through with. So it'll be interesting to see the magnetics, the magnetizing, and electromagnetic vibration is what's really going to be transforming all of us. And that electromagnetic,
feel it. Yeah.
That electromagnetic field is around our bodies all the time now. It's elevating us and clearing our ethereal bodies, and it seems to be what's pulling up and pulling out the 3D timelines. It's happening when we're sleeping.
What were your dreams like when you were in the outback meeting this being?
It was really one moment it was a very fascinating, almost like a sci-fi vision or movie. I thought I was falling into a deep sleep, like I was resting in the afternoon, and it was like I was in the dream state, but I was seeing this, you know how you have the liquid water, like a clear circle or a bubble. And I saw the bubble, and on the inside I saw the little medicine man on the other side inside the bubble, and all of a sudden he pointed and it opened like a little curtain opening, and he waved at me to come in, and I was sitting in this deep sleep. Okay, I'm floating inside the bubble, but before I would go in, I actually wanted to put my hands through as if I'm not certain as a child. Oh, okay, I don't know where he's taking me. So I just lifted my hands up to put my hand inside the window or inside the bubble where he's on the other side. And it startled me because I kind of came out of the dream state, and my hands were up in front of me, in front of my face, and my hands were going into that realm. I actually felt a different field of energy around my hands, and so I put my hand down beside me again in the bed, raised my hand up, closed my eyes, and put it in that circle where he was.
Wow.
And then back in my body again. I'm like, okay, so this is multidimensional consciousness. I'm not asleep anymore. I'm not channeling this. I'm doing this. And I'm feeling this sphere of a higher frequency, but it's like a liquid bubble. And like, is this the beginning of teleportation is this the beginning of telekinesis, where you're in your body here and you're going and tapping into another dimensional field of consciousness. This is how strong and how elaborate this Star Elder teachings is bringing me. In my dream state, sleep state, and then when I'm in my awakening state, it's happening.
Wow. It is. It's totally fascinating. I love that you're so dialed in and tuned into it. And you have been doing this work for a while, so it's nothing new for you to communicate with beings, right? But this is a different level.
It's so much like from Stonehenge and Egypt and Hawaii and Easter Island. I mean, all over the world I've been with these tapping into the Arcturians and Venusians and Pleiadians and all these different known and unknown species and dimensions. But never have I, even in Machu Picchu, did I really connect with star nations and star elders. It seems to me that they're in the dimensions beyond constellational dimensions. They're beyond the ascended masters and angelic realm, and some of these other star beings seem to come in on a very high crystal formation. And so I'm finding it more intriguing because the frequency is so pure and it's so peaceful. Like it's totally different because of the peace and the love that it brings. Like I feel the love of that elder. I feel the frequency of peace draping over my entire outer field. So there's no thought form of fear. There's no thought form of what am I doing or who's speaking to me. None of that appears, of which it would do before when I would get a shot of energy from an Arcturian or some other dimension that I was not sure of. The mind in this case goes into absolute love and peace. This is why I thought it was, is this the holiest of holies star nations that's coming through? And then I got the little tap of the stick beside me. Went, okay, it's you, it's a star elder. This is still a light star being.
That is so beautiful, and you're going to bring him through. He's going to actually lead us in an activation because he is working with you. I would say that this is, you were an open vessel. You could even have a contract. Have you considered perhaps this is you showing up in the right place at the right time?
Right. So the contract that was opened up in the realms?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm getting warm energy on that. As they were waiting for a messenger to come through to deliver the knowledge. To deliver the knowledge, and to open the doorways of those souls who are the originating wisdom keepers, record keepers, and gatekeepers that have not aligned into their heightened original soul-like code of their master within themselves. So that would be why that would be the contract that I understand now. It's more than just opening that I found a portal open or a doorway that was opened in that early morning hour. It was more that it was orchestrated for the consciousness to come in, and they knew I wouldn't be in any state of unknowingness. I just jump right in because I do normally.
You are a clear and perfect channel. Well, I mean, listen to that. This is for the originating wisdom, for the wisdom keepers, the record keepers, and the gatekeepers that have not aligned fully already. So
yeah, that's right. And they're waiting and moving into higher states as teachers and light workers and healers, and they haven't quite tapped into the exact frequency of that originating soul light code that will take them right into those abilities and virtues. And then they're showing me right now, at that point, those same teachers, healers, and light workers, they'll be able to walk into that grid system with their own star elder. And he will take them through the star corridors and chamber rooms like they're doing with me. To see the records on the walls, to see the light codes and frequencies to be imprinted back again into awakening states in their chakra body.
Wow, that is beautiful. And how perfect is it right on this 1212 gateway that we are entering?
Yeah, because what is there, 12 nations or 12 originating tribes coming from 12 dimensions? And the originating crystal vibrations of light beings, they were all coming from 12 tribes across the planet. So it really is significant for it to be the 1212 gateway. And tapping into the 12th dimensions of 12 constellations and 12 corridors of grid systems that we can move into tonight in the activation.
That is so beautiful. Okay, and so what has he presented to you about the teachings beyond what you've mentioned about this alignment to a new level? These are high teachings and techniques that will take us into even higher consciousness. But has he said anything about 2019, next year?
Yeah, there's a heightened stillness that comes in when he arrives into bringing me a message. And it's kind of, it's very adorning, I guess would be the word. It's almost as if the moment that Nora, the child Nora, the soul being of Nora, is asking a question just within. So I wonder what I'm going to be doing next year with this star elder. I wonder where the teachings are going to go for the planet. It's just the wonderment of a thought form that comes in, and within 10 minutes, no more, in comes that very high vibration of peace. And right away, it's almost like a teacher instructor in a very gentle form, like the voice form and everything says, this is where we will be taking the consciousness on the planet in 2019. Star elders, star nations will be elaborately weaving heightened light frequencies to awaken the codes of the originating soul codes of those enlightening ones that are igniting the fifth dimensional consciousness. And then he just starts going on what will be happening in 2019. Every gateway, every equinox, every eclipse, and every solstice will be an amplification of the fifth dimensional consciousness. It's going to pour through not just the etheric field anymore, but into the solar chakra body. And this solar chakra body of 12 chakras will start emanating crystal light frequencies. That's the fifth dimensional consciousness. Then the star beings will be sending crystals of light information into all of those who start moving into the higher states. And some of them, they say, will be fully infused into their solar star chakra body and connected to their originating master soul by next summer solstice. And some will be in the winter solstice next year. And by 2020, most assuredly, the planet's consciousness will have woven and weaved these grid systems in and out of their ethereal bodies. So by 2020, it will be more than ever in the fifth dimensional consciousness. And they say that these soul, and there will be transitions of light quotients that are going to be. Now he's saying that these light quotients that will appear on the eclipses and solstices and equinoxes throughout 2019 will be fired through fire frequencies, even on every gateways. And the fire with a PHIRE is of a phi frequency of golden ratio vibrations. And it's that fire is going to pour the phi frequency onto the crown chakras. And that's going to start beginning this solstice. So in other words, he's saying to me, we will be firing up the consciousness begin this December solstice. And you will recognize the flames of light arriving through wheels within wheels of light that will be firing higher templates of knowledge throughout 2019 into all of your systems. This amplification of light codes that you carry within your soul essence in a holographic field just sitting in your outer body now is going to start transitioning to move into your inner chakra body, and then that's going to transform into the 12 solar chakra body. And then he says by 2020 you will be operating in an infinite chakra system.
Wow.
And the other message he gave me was that the early morning hours is when the holiest of holies stillness will come in and bathe the bodies, the minds, and the souls. And the adjustments will be done while they align the soul to move into sacred corridors and passageways beyond this galactic realm. So that some of us will be moving into cosmic chamber rooms, others will be delivered into universal multidimensional chamber rooms, and there will be meeting masters in heightened frequencies that were ones that once traversed as human forms on this planet before.
That is powerful. What a connection.
Yeah. The other message he said was, you will become the transformers. You will be the way showers of light-coded frequencies in human form that will adapt to the higher grid systems in rapid movements of your inner mind's eyes and perceptive minds. It's very powerful. So it's like the mind is going to move into a higher perceptive mind, and the inner mind's eyes will be incepting the information, while your heartbeats will be interconnecting and intertwining of your own solar system of your chakra light being. And that chakra light being in your own soul, solar light vibration, will be teaching you and taking you into pyramidal portals unknown to mankind when you are ready to traverse out of the body. Fascinating information, isn't it?
Well, okay, so we will become the transformers.
Yeah.
Is there anything for us to specifically do or focus on, or is this something that will just transpire?
Mostly, to understand the third dimensional consciousness, moving into the fifth dimension and beyond, and having your abilities to begin fine-tuning, all of this will be done during your sleep state. And you'll be going into deeper sleep states and longer sleep states. So that when you're moving into those deeper sleep states, they will be doing the adjustments into the chakra systems. And this where when I came home for the first week when I came home, each night I slept 11 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up and went, what? I slept another 11 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, another 11 hours?
It's not just jet lag.
No, it was way beyond. I said, what is going on here with this 11 hours? And they just said, he just came in, tap, with his stick. We are monitoring, guarding, and assigning higher electromagnetic fields of light beings and masters from different grids around you to assist you to move into higher states. And when those other children, who are the light workers and becoming transformers on the planet, they will come to know that you are never alone, you are never abandoned, and you will never fall back to 3D consciousness again. Just stay very anchored and very rooted with the planet consciousness as you anchor your foot chakras. But no, even in your meditation or your high transcendented states, that we are never alone. We are having these high light beings guarding us, so there's no fear. It's easy to traverse. And that's a very beautiful feeling, because when you go into such a deep, deep sleep at night, you wake up, your body actually starts feeling lighter because they're doing all the adjustments. And your whole body's grid systems are being cleared, and you keep going into higher states of the mind, so that the mind starts wanting to learn and absorb the higher crystal frequencies.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely wonderful. Yay.
Yeah, so I think as we're moving into these higher transformational states, we're going to be going into transcendental states or transcended states of the mind, and our physical bodies will be in absolute peace. There won't be any restrictive vibrations, because the grid systems are going to be altering, and the chakra systems will be altering, but it's done in such a peaceful, light vibration that there won't be any thought forms of the mind. Am I doing this right? Did I connect? Am I not communicating? None of that will enter, because you're going to be asleep. When the mind gets involved, that they can't work on us. Right.
Okay, so it couldn't come with more ease and grace. And again, this is for light workers, and it actually affects every human, whether they're aware of it or not. But this really amplifies the effects of the light workers.
In the magnetizing of this electromagnetic fields, it starts creating the light frequencies around our body, and starts activating the crystals in the pineal and brings in the higher photonic light vibrations. Everything starts lighting up in the body, and we're not interrupting their work because we're in a deeper sleep state. So a lot of people are finding later in the afternoon they feel very tired. It's the body's getting tired more, but it's not that you're run down or exhausted. It's just the adjustments are so high frequency. We need to have a break,
So give yourself a break. Go take a nap. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So when we start to get sleepy, recognize this as higher frequencies. We've been on webinars and experiences, even seminars, and when the energy gets really high, we get sleepy. So that is wonderful.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
it's actually the best thing to do is people will say to me, well, I kind of nodded off when I was listening to your audio, or when you did your session with me, I kind of nodded off a bit. I go, that's good, because it doesn't go anywhere. It still sits in your ethereal field. It's not going anywhere. It's waiting for you to awaken to its frequency. When you awaken to its frequency that they've placed in your outer field, then you incept it into your chakra body and your crystals all light up. So it's okay. You're not rejecting it. You're just floating in it, but you went to sleep. That's how they show it to me anyways.
Well, that is so beautiful, and we're going to have an activation with the Star Elder you're working with, and this will connect us to our Star Elders as well. So before we get there, though, I wanted to have you speak, since the 1111 Gateway in November, that was a very powerful month. Beautiful things went on. And dizziness. What can you say that dizziness is? Even when you lie in bed and have dizziness, we have reports coming in.
So you had lying down and you were dizzy?
Yes. Lying down, standing up, turning your head lying down.
Okay, this was a very, very heightened opening of portals. Three portals opened on that 11-11-11. And so even when I was there going to Australia, they had said there will be 3 windows or 3 panels of 3 pillars of light that will be bathing the planet's consciousness. One of them will be the holiest Christ consciousness. One of them will be the heightened, elaborate, infinite consciousness. And the other one will be your own soul connecting to your own soul seeds consciousness. So that's what was taking place throughout the month of November. The windows opened of those consciousness raining through on the planet on the 11-11-11. So you were bathed with a very high state of consciousness. This would make the outer field and the inner field of the inner mind, inner mind's eye, inner ear, inner heartbeat, start to go a little bit in waveforms of uneasiness and uncertainty. The uncertainty is part of the mind, which is why this little elder medicine man is saying we have to work on the consciousness on this planet when they're in a deep sleep. Because when the mind is involved, the dizziness comes in, the uneasiness of the heartbeat, and for some people they're getting anxiety or a rush of uncertainty.
Or doubt.
That is this higher consciousness. It's beyond the 5th dimension. And it is the holiest of holies of light. It's not heavy, low vibrations. It's not negative. It's a blessed formation coming to raise up the electromagnetic field on the planet. And so you're breathing in this high electromagnetic, as they told me when I was there, all is being magnetized in the consciousness fields of all conscious grid systems, in the ethereal body and in the chakra body. And all kingdoms and all elements are also being magnetized. This will cause an imbalance, an uncertainty, and even uneasiness in the stomach. It's because we're trying to figure out, what is this frequency? It pours in for 3 days before the 11-11-11, and it pours on the planet until November 29th. Another 11-11.
Yes.
And so for that 2 weeks, all the electromagnetic fields and all the consciousness of all the kingdoms were being bathed with this highest Christ consciousness, holiest of holies and infinite all frequency, to do the adjustments, to start peeling away the third dimension in your chakra body and purging up the broken timelines, the karmic soul timelines. It all has to be purged up and revealed to the soul being. It gets revealed in dream state or sleep state, and then there's more dizziness or uneasiness when you're waking up by the soul. So drinking in the higher frequencies of love and acceptance is really what I was doing. And so when I would feel that uneasiness or a little bit uncertainty, not fear, almost like a little shaky of anxiousness coming in or uncertainty, and then I would hug myself and go, it's okay. It's okay. This is good. This is the holy frequency. You're going to be okay. This is releasing those abandonment or fear issues or trauma issues or post-syndrome trauma syndromes. All of these things, I would just talk to the soul child and bathe my heart with love. Infuse the mind with light, so that the higher light frequency coming in just kind of, well, actually what happened is attracted this star elder because they just kept bringing in more light into the minds, like, okay, no more thinking like that. We want light, happy thoughts. Happy thoughts, only happy thoughts.
Yes.
So I know that dizziness that you're talking about.
It's disconcerting when you're lying in bed. You're not even upright, and you turn your head in bed, and you get dizzy. So that makes perfect sense.
That's the whole body. It's not just the brain. It's the heart and the brain. It's the soul, all in that state of new vibrations that are synchronizing. You see, what's really happening is you're being magnetized by your soul to its higher soul when you're sleeping or when you're resting and reading. The soul of who you are is becoming magnetized and amplified by the higher master soul, who's moving closer and closer into tapping into becoming a light being within you. So when you understand the difference of the frequential vibrations of that higher essence of who you truly are to the dense third dimensional mind and body, it's uneasy. Then when it starts bathing, and I accept this, I understand this, I'm loving the new soul essence in its presence, everything starts to simmer down.
Just feel into that. I got goosebumps on that. So it's our reaction to it. You know, if we're in our mind, we could get all freaked out. But this, what you've said here, is to just really, truly embrace it as the soul light, the soul connection.
Yeah. Breathe it in and hold it in your heart.
Breathe.
Hold the frequency of that light coming in, and then breathe it through and transmit it through every part of your body. And then the mind will calm down because you're breathing in light. You're breathing in love. And you're holding the love in the heart, and then the heart transmits love back up to the brain, and the whole body relaxes. So we're not looking.
So beautiful.
And we're not looking for a master soul image or like a pattern or a hologram. You're breathing in the essence of the love, the essence of the light that really is going to house your body.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for explaining that. So for anybody experiencing that as well, remember that. It's beautiful. Okay. Well, let's allow you the space for an activation with your star elder.
Yeah, we'll see if I can get him to bring us up to taking us into the higher connections. Everybody has their own master soul or spirit guide or enlightened frequency that they tap into. This higher vibration that's coming on the planet is really connecting us to the grid systems of wherever we came from or wherever we are being taught of, whether it's in Venus or Andromeda or Arcturus. They're all different grid systems. And so when I connect to the star nations, there are star elders and star beings. The star beings carry light frequencies of crystal light codes. And so it's the crystal light codes that we want to have activated so that we can become a star being. And this medicine man and his little walking stick is going to bring us into a higher state of following him and following his footprints or following his essence into the higher realms so that you can meet and connect with your own medicine man, your own star being, so that you can have that star being's essence taking you on journeys and igniting intelligent seeds or intelligent light codes and even abilities and clearings on your soul journey. So I'm just going to call in the higher master essence around me and around everyone through stillness. So everyone just get nicely relaxed and grounded and anchored while I move into the higher states. We welcome and connect, align to the Venusians, Arcturians, known and unknown ones of the star nations, and to all grid systems that are shimmering in a higher state of light frequencies each hour of the day now. Relax the shoulders. Relax the neck and jaw as you breathe in the higher stillness that surrounds you. As you're breathing in, you are also breathing out and letting go of all thought forms to clear the mind, empty the body, so it is a clear vessel for you to receive these heightened energies as they come in. We understand through stillness that the heightened vibrations of the light beings and the light elders and their essence of light codes bathe all ethereal bodies. We are transforming. We are igniting. And we are enlightening to the higher frequencies of higher vibrational tones and higher frequencies of sequences that will synchronize to your own patterns of light codes that have begun assembling into all ethereal fields of divine etheric chakra bodies and have begun aligning above all crown chakras since the massive opening of 3 portals of light activated through these star elders, star nations, and star beings on the 11/11/11. This elder of the medicine man beckons to your higher soul to tap into the Ancient One's grid systems of heightened electromagnetic frequencies of your own essence, of your own light, of your own vibration, creating your own code of light within the chakra body. Magnetic fields, magnetic codes, magnetize your electromagnetic frequency that is adorning the consciousness of all grid systems on this planet at this very now moment, preparing all for this multi-dimensional 12-12 gateway. I am receiving this heightened star elder vibrational tone and his own similitude of a silhouette standing on top of the grid formation, ready for all to tap into. I am receiving and connecting the tapping of this medicine stick of this Ancient One as he is tapping and opening a portal, a passageway to walk into a new realm. a new existence through electromagnetics of light. You are able to pass through the passageway. Your own solar chakra system of your magnetic body is being electrified and amplified and has begun awakening since 11/11/11. Your vibration of electromagnetic pulse allows you to communicate to the tapping and infusion of the magnetized code that this medicine man is connecting you to. To tap into this ancient one, you must connect to the grid systems and multidimensional timelines of all that is in the universal realms before you. Align to the stillness above your head. Feel the essence embracing within your heart. And feel there is a tapping and connection on the crown chakra. When you feel the tapping on your crown, you are already spiraling up into his passageway. You are spiraling in your own essence, and the higher you go, your own ancient one aligns within your heartbeat, anchors you into Gaia, and fuels your body with love. Yet, you are traversing in wheels within wheels of light into grid systems with the Ancient One. Feel his oneness in your heart as you are breathing in. This Ancient One of a Star Elder is your own Master Soul that you have connected and knows all of your heightened light particles within you. This heightened Ancient One holds a medicine stick in his hand and beckons you. Follow my lead. Come here, child. I will enlighten you as I will ignite in you your crystallite codes so that you may traverse in many of the grid systems with me at any time. Your feet are anchoring deeply as you begin breathing deeper and deeper into your heart of this love, of this essence of oneness. Yet you will feel the crown chakra opening and spinning, your soul soaring off into the realms, connecting to the light soul being. Ikobari Ichidano, in the essence of many star elders. Ichukurubadaya, there is the Ancient One that you are seeing before you on this platform. This is the 12th dimensional platform, child. We are all on the 12th dimensional platform. We are in a hoop of oneness in this grid system of elaborate light strands of many light beings. All is of golden light. All is of golden essences around all. And there are light vibrations of light codes that are permeating on all of the heart chakras of all who are in this hoop of oneness, in this realm of truth, of light. You have all traversed through your own portal, your own passageway that the Ancient One brought forward onto the 12th dimensional platform. This platform opens your grid systems of gold and of light, empowers you of your own symbol of freedom. It is your soul's pattern of freedom that is being etched into your heartbeat with love, that is preparing you on this 12-12 gateway in this 12th dimension on this crystalline platform. Your signature of that symbol of love in your heartbeat, Ichirana, is now placed in a synchronized pattern. Its same sequence and vibration is upon your foot chakra, and you are standing on this golden platform. Pietro, fueled by the patterns of light codes. Sparks of light within the foot chakras, sparks of light within the palm chakras. Amaniya Chukorabarana, magnetizing all codes as the elder taps the medicine stick, and many star elders, star nations, and many other ancient ones begin building networks of communication systems through all grid systems of all meridians around all bodies that are here and now, magnetized of their codes of frequencies that can only be calibrated in this universal realm of light consciousness. Chiyuwayachu Totokobahaya. Listen, children. Your own seedlings have been infused more than you know in this 12th dimension and magnetized by a light magnetic pulse that has been created through this elaborate web of synchronicities of light frequencies that can only be calibrated by your intelligent seedling of the light being who you are transformed of. Breathe it in. It is who you are. Hold this light essence and light-coded being within your heart. The soul seedling is magnetizing within your system. And you are anchoring this into your body now through your foot chakras. Tichukurva Chidanaya. Star elders speak of intelligent seedlings of light beings and infinite quadrants of intelligent light beings who are in realms of galactic, cosmic, and universal grid systems. Is that who you are? You who do fuel intelligent codes of light frequencies into multi-dimensions of grid systems has arrived onto this 12th dimensional platform on this 1212 gateway with an elder of an ancient one who knows who you are. Your elaborately woven soul seeds of light-coded frequencies are now aligning into each and every one of you. And your networks of information that you will carry home into the heartbeat, into the inner mind's eye of a crystal harmonic code of light. Will you be harmonically moved into a light being? Kichutoro, you have awakened the soul seed within you now, and the ancient one with his medicine stick stands beside you. Tap, tap on the ground beside you. You look into his eyes as he transforms you back home into the soul being of the human form, sitting, breathing, and loving all that you are. He disappears. Yet you are connected at all times. And the communication networks to your grid systems in the soup of oneness radiate love onto Gaia, onto all kingdoms, and to all her elements, wherever you are, at any time. The activation is complete with light sealing around each and every one of you within your own sphere of light. You are adorned by the star elder, the ancient one of who you are, now connected, is anchored in your body, anchored within your foot chakras, and home at last. Just breathe in slowly. Move the hands around a little bit. Come back out of the grids of reality consciousness into this room where you are.
Wow.
You got connected, Lauren. I can see all the spokes of light coming out from the crown chakras on so many people.
We are connected. Wow.
And in the hoop of oneness, all of the grid systems, of all of the civilizations, of all of our soul beings are in oneness. And we're transmitting that same frequency of our own light code of information to telepathically speak to one another at any time. This is the telepathic communication network that I believe he's teaching us. It's beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful. Wow. We can really feel that master essence and that connection and the hoop of oneness. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
He doesn't want anyone to feel they're doing it alone.
Okay.
You know? And so when there's the hoop of oneness, when we're together in alignment, and when we move into the higher grid systems, it's that we're connecting to many elders, not just our own. It's always togetherness.
Yes.
And the releasements come a lot quicker out of the body because you're soaring and soaring. And as you're soaring, you're letting go. You're soaring, you're letting go. It just keeps traversing and going on to swimming into another grid system, swimming by another elder. Is how I've been traveling with them.
Well,
yeah.
Just the information as well. We can feel that. We may not be able to decipher it, but we can feel it. We can feel the link up.
The frequency.
The frequency. I wonder how everyone experienced the patterns of light codes. It'd be wonderful to hear comments from our community, so please share. Personally, this was empowering, and I'm sure that others are feeling very golden, very silvery, and very sparkly. Yeah,
crystallized and magnetized. And I'm wondering what symbol or pattern they saw etched onto their heart, or that they breathed in with love into their heart, or if it was just a feeling or a color or a pattern. You know, they say light codes. We think, oh, we're going to get some kind of sacred geometric code, but this felt more like it was like a code of love, or just a knowing of an essence is within the code.
The knowing of the essence within the code. That's what it felt like for me. It was a knowingness. It was a knowingness, yes. Okay, well, please share with us if you'd like to share your experience. You can do that here on the chat line. Wow. The soul patterns of freedom are etched into our heartbeat. You were just bringing that information through. It was beautiful.
Yeah, this is like, I never know how he's going to present it or how many other elders are going to come in. And the healing that takes place as you're moving into this frequency is amazing. How the heart is healing, the mind is healing, and there's all sorts of releasements that are taking place with the soul. As the soul is moving into a higher state of consciousness, so it's letting go of all the other soul timelines. It just happens. You know, it's just happening. That's the best part.
It's just happening. The lower third dimensional timelines are
fall away.
gone. We don't have to cling to those anymore. Again, that's the empowerment of it. So I would imagine that this will continue to unfold for each of us.
You know, this is going to carry forward right through to the solstice.
Mm-hmm.
Because at one point the message was that the light codes would start amplifying by the solstice. So right now, from now until December 21, there's going to be a shift in consciousness and amplification, because the original opening of amplifying the ethereal body, which has the solar chakra system in it, that was really tapped into or ramped up on the 11-11-11. And so now they were saying that this is going to go carry through with this medicine man or star elders are going to be working with the star essence of your connection right through till solstice.
Beautiful.
So imagine anybody listening to this audio activation, you know, a few times, they're going to go into different passageways, into different grid systems.
Uh-huh.
Because they were placed on the 12th dimensional platform of crystal light frequencies.
Yes.
So
wow.
it's not over tonight, it's going to be going on till the end of the year to prepare you for 2019.
That is empowering. Wow, we are crystalline light. Oh, that is so beautiful. What a beautiful experience tonight. And for our solstice as well, and for the newness that we're going to create from. We're going to create from this information. We're going to create from this connection. And that is beautiful.
You're going to just keep building and building with the new information as the crystal codes start unveiling more to each and every one of us who we are, what our master abilities are. It's going to start unveiling more and more.
All right, get ready, everyone. Hold on to your crystalline light hats.
It's a star code. You're going to stand on a star platform, right?
Oh, that's so beautiful.
And this will happen even as the transmissions come through on the 1212 gateway, on the any of the activations that I do with people. It's a higher frequency that comes through because I'm not just healing the body, I'm healing the grid systems, the chakra system, connecting it to the higher grid systems, because that's what we're connecting to for Gaia.
Oh, I just have goosebumps all over. That is so beautiful. Okay. All right. We are amped up.
Yes,
I want to share a couple of comments coming in. We have Joel. Joel says that he has tingles in the feet, laughter, joy, and excitement during the channel. It was remarkable, he says.
Oh, good for Joel. Right on. This is good. This is
yes,
good to
Angela and Suzanne said they both had the knowingness. It was a feeling of knowingness.
That they're connected.
Yes. Robbie says a feeling of lightness and peace, an awareness of energy. Yes. I wonder who else got a little heat wave in the middle of that. With the electromagnetic energy, I did feel a little heat, and then it subsided, but that was very interesting. I just love it.
That you know what too I'm hearing is that was you were being introduced to the fire.
The fire. PHI.
Of the phi frequencies.
Yes.
That's why it got hot. You were introduced to that high. So you're already moving into that golden ratio vibration.
Beautiful.
Comes in with the fire of the 5 frequency. Oh, there was quite a few people. They're showing me now in that grid system where we were in the hoop of oneness on top of that platform. They're showing me quite a few people had the crowns of flames of 5 frequencies, the fire of flames out of quite a few of the crown chakras. Oh, wow, yeah, they just showed me flames, circle of flames of light coming out of the crown chakras.
I felt it, I feel it, and I see it, and I thank everyone. Willow says she felt the fire. Wow.
Yes. And that fire frequencies is the highest light fire. It's the white flame fire that brings in the sacred languages, the sacred tones, the higher intelligence, the sacred knowledge. It's lighting up the wisdom keepers, the gatekeepers, the record keepers. It's calling home the star seeds into the star souls so that they are more amplified for tonight when they're sleeping, and that they step into the fire of light for this solstice coming, they're saying.
I want everyone to have sweet dreams tonight as we step into the fire. You know, it reminds me of that Ezekiel when he's running beside the chariot and the chariot wheels are fire. Yeah. And then it's just like that moving into the chariots of fire, and then they're no longer there. They're just fire light beings. It's like, how transformational can you get? We've awakened the soul seed within us. Wow.
Yes. So this has been a wonderful, wonderful evening. It's just such a high, beautiful frequency of peace here.
I can't believe how the time has flown either. That is when we're in another dimension where it's just like, wow, that was so amazing. I really want to encourage everyone to come back to the meditation in this. It was about 44 minutes in. Hey, that's cool. So come back and enjoy it again, because as Nora said, it'll spiral us up and activate us anew. Okay. Well, Nora, before we say goodbye, I want to share that Suzanne said I was sweating and had to take a layer off, and it's cold here. She's in Pennsylvania, so it's cold there, and me too. I thought my heat was on, but it was actually the inner fire, so that was great. And all right, so here's Manu from Montreal. Manu says that was awesome, but I felt lots of nausea, like being seasick, and a pressure in the crown. Any advice is appreciated.
It's letting go. Letting go of any part of the body that seems to unknowingly, now this would be totally unknowingly and unconsciously going into resistance. So it's kind of like the body's frequency, the 3D body systems not knowing, and they just hold back. The difference in the consciousness of the body and the higher soul, where the soul is traversing, will bring in the nausea or the tightness. So next time when he listens to it, just release it. Just release it. No, everything is fine. We're receiving a light journey. We're going into light waves of peace. To talk to the body, talk to the soul.
Okay, light waves of peace. All right. Falcon in New Mexico shares, I saw a triangle with the point at the top, opening to allow a straight line going down into the world. am physically feeling warmer a lot, which is interesting. Temperature regulation has been a problem for me for a few years now.
That's beautiful that we connected into the heartbeat of Gaia with that pyramid, right?
Yes. Yes.
He said the point came down into the planet?
It was a triangle with a point at the top, opening to allow a straight line going down into the world.
Perfect.
Perfect.
That's the alignment that we want, of bringing the souls, master soul seeds, down into the souls of the soul seeds of consciousness on the planet. And it always works through pyramid formats. So a lot of the grid systems are crystal pyramids. And when I see the webs of networks, when I'm in those higher states, they're pyramids within pyramids within pyramids. And so that's beautiful that he picked up the pyramid and the consciousness moving in a straight line back into the Gaia consciousness. We're raising up the consciousness on the planet when we connect the souls to the master souls with the star elders. Perfect.
Perfect. Evangeline.
Wow,
yes, it is beautiful. Here's more comments. Evangeline says, I felt nauseated and a little dizzy too. I've got body chills now.
Yeah, because it's a confirmation, because we're talking about how to accept the high frequency of the fire, of the phi ratio. And now that the mind is understanding and the body's understanding, that's the soul tingling inside. You know, that's like the soul child inside her going, yippee, I know I did it, I got it. You know, it's accepting it. That's the part of the acceptance, is the shivers. So when she listens to it again the second time, there won't be any of that frequency at all. She'll just fly into the higher grid systems.
Fly, baby. Go for it. Okay. Here's Linda from Ontario. She says, that was so amazing. Every time I listen to Nora, my body is transported into oceans of energies. I don't see colors, but I do feel the energies in a strong way. My body is buzzing. When the light frequencies were entering my body, I developed a discomfort in my left groin, and then it left after a couple of minutes. Perhaps something was being cleared out?
Yep. Yep. It pulls out. These star elders are pulling out the timelines. So that was a timeline that was etched deep into the cellular body that had to be lifted. Yeah, that's why they were saying to me, many were getting healings during this.
Yes. Yes, Anita felt the spiraling up and the tingling on the crown. And Linda in Rubicon says it was beautiful. Love rained down with gold.
Oh, wow. How beautiful is that?
And Skandar says, going to carve it in stone tomorrow. A fresh code. Thank you.
Oh, good. So he got a code in his vision that he's going to make it in the stone. That's perfect. Because sometimes we don't get the actual symbol. We feel some imprint coming in, but he obviously got a symbol or a pattern that he's going to carve it into a stone structure.
Yay. Carolyn from Dublin says, that was amazing. I saw the star elder touch me on both shoulders and my crown and heart with his medicine stick.
Oh. Adornment. That's the three Holy Spirits coming through then. Shoulder, heart, shoulder, and crown. Yeah, wow.
Beautiful.
Another pyramid formation.
Another pyramid. Linda again from Rubicon says that was powerful. It was waving and sparkly and very golden. It was like a pattern that set us on the path.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I'm wondering that this golden platform is like a golden disc under all of our feet up there on that 12th dimensional platform. So she's got the golden essence then. Perfect.
Mm-hmm. Anita says, I felt a spiraling and tingling on my crown. Nice to know it was the question mark.
Nice to know the tingling on the crown.
Mm-hmm. I guess that was the fire or the opening. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a moment there when all the crowns were being activated into a higher frequency, and the fire flames was coming up. So there was tingling of excitement by the soul seeds connecting.
Yes.
So I know exactly what she's saying. That's the tingling coming through as the connection moved in.
Cherie says it was deeply sacred. Hallelujah on that one. And Cassandra in Elk Grove says, I saw my master ancient. At the end, I couldn't move my upper body until my grandson walked by and touched my chest.
Wasn't that nice? Like a little crystal child came in and felt the frequency in her heart.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. The little babe, that's the heart of love, right? Recognized by the heart of love within her.
Yeah, and the little baby.
That ancient one is right in her heart. And the child came along to tap hold of that ancient one in her heart. Yeah, that's beautiful.
That is beautiful. This was really magnificent. I want to let everyone know the replay will always be up at acoustichealth.com. We keep our shows in our archive until time immortal.
Okay.
So it's always there. Okay. Well, I hope that helped Elaine.
Everybody's ready for the 12-12 now.
We are. We were, just standing on the 12th dimensional platform of crystal light frequencies. Let's remember this. Whenever we see something out in the world that doesn't sit right, this is the empowering part. This is the empowering place. Okay, here's Elaine. I want to give a big hug to Elaine. She's up in Calgary, and she asks, is this a call to be a part of this? I daily send light to Gaia to repair the grids, ley lines, and meridians. I have been told by some that this is not necessary, but I feel called to do this. Is this so?
Well, I think this is a wonderful vibration of love that connected many people around the world that were online tonight into the grid systems and all of their own connective fields of different crystal codes from their own star seeds of star elders and star dimensions, all poured down back into whatever country or whatever city they were coming online to listen to. As they poured back down with the Ancient One frequencies of the highest 12th dimensional codes into their body, they're bringing that right into the platform below their feet of where they're sitting. So it's definitely aligning a high frequency into the grid systems on the planet. Because our grid system here in Toronto is different from the grid system in California or in Ireland. We're all connecting through our foot chakras wherever we were listening and tapping into. So those star grid systems and star elders bathed our crown chakras, our heartbeats into wherever we are. So she's exactly right on. And it's enveloping all kingdoms and all elements, all grid lines, all ley lines on the entire planet or wherever the listeners were coming from.
Literally. And outside my window is a big flock of geese, which reminds me of this interconnectedness of all beings on our planet. That is so beautiful. Well, I hope that Monica, she wrote a question before, and I hope that Monica feels empowered and no longer doubts herself and has released the struggle. Monica, I hope that this has helped you. Thank you. Okay. Let's have you share, before we wrap up our call, you do one-on-one sessions, and this is something that can be attuned individually for a person. You bring through channeled messages, and in your special offer as well is the video on demand for a recent conference on a gathering of crystal souls. So share a little bit about how you work with people in a personal session and what they can expect to experience in that.
Okay. The 1 hour session, I'm working with the grid systems of the timelines of the body and of right now. So whatever the person is going through right now that has a block or an interrupted field, I usually clear that and clear anything that's holding them back from developing their own abilities into a higher state or awakening, something that they've wanted to have happen to them, such as healing hands or discernment, anything that's from another timeline that I see that they have that ability to do, then I will activate that ability. Some of the timelines get stuck and they get into a reliving program today. So I've been clearing a lot of ethereal fields and a lot of reliving situations where it's a program that keeps happening over and over again. And I go right to the source of when it first took place. Sometimes it's when, at the age of 7 in, 500 years ago, and then it reoccurred in this lifetime at the age of 5. So I'm pulling out threads of the molecular, cellular frequency that's holding the person back. And most times a lot of people don't even know why it's there or what's making them do this. Right. So I've been doing a lot of those clearing lately and aligning their soul into the master soul. Some people have a hard time getting the mind to quiet and get into the stillness, fidgety and, this sort of thing. So I'm teaching them during the session how to go into stillness, how to stay in stillness, and how to connect and stay connected longer. So it a lot of different types of healings, and people are shifted and enlightened and moved.
Yes.
Really moved before the end of the session.
Really moved, and timelines obliterated, old timelines released. And so
they all have to go.
They all have to go, right. And so, again, I want to point out Monica because I hope that she can see the value in a personal session with you for her particular question tonight, right? She's got the knowingness of what her life work is, but it doesn't seem to manifest, in which she can rely on it financially. So you can assist with that in a special personal, private, one-on-one session. And so for anyone who is feeling that call, would like to go deeper into that work, Nora has made that available in her personal sessions available in her special offer. And again, that's at acoustichealth.com/special offers. And the one thing that I wanted to mention as well is that the video on demand series, you brought together some incredible speakers and you videoed it. And you have the recordings as well, and you're offering that too. You want to share a little bit about what that event was like?
It was really, the teachings were phenomenal. The shaman from Peru, the Algonquin elder from our reserve, the teachings were just above and beyond, very healing and very transforming. So there's actually about 5 different speakers that came in and spoke on both days. So there's quite a bit of information on that video for both days. And also Michael Moon was playing the music all weekend with crystal bowls and crystal chimes. And it's just everybody that was there was so moved and activated into higher states. So you really, and I was actually talking to quite a few of the people that were there later that said, so glad that you did videotape it because the information was so powerful and I couldn't, there's no way I could remember it because some of them speakers were high, they just kind of nodded off.
Sure.
So they went out of the zone and they came back and, the speaker's finished his talk. So that happens sometimes when, a speaker comes in with a lot of high frequencies. You can't stick with the conversation because you're zooming into the higher state. So it worked out well for everyone that it was videoed and they could listen to the teachings after. And it is a beautiful, beautiful video for sure.
Yes, it was professionally done, and that is available as well for our community to step into those frequencies again. So beautiful. What a beautiful event that you put on, and what a beautiful activation today. Oh my goodness. We are flying high.
I know, we're so ready for the 12/12. We'll probably wake up at midnight.
Well, I'm going to go back to the 12th dimensional platform of crystal light frequencies.
Yes.
When I wake up, I'm going to forever anchor that. That is so beautiful.
And tap into the ancient elder who's going to be walking with you and transforming you and becoming you. All of it, right?
Yes, it's like the ancient elder is our higher self. It is us. It is an aspect. It's us. Yeah.
You have to follow the lead and then become it as you incept it inside the dimensional portal that he takes you. You become it. Yeah,
isn't that beautiful? Yes. And that is a great way to leave our audience with that beautiful message right there. We step into it and we become it. And that's our world. So hold on to your crystal hats as we move into this new area of mastery and actually embodiment.
Yeah, that's right, embodiment, for sure. Well, we just have to click your crystal heels. It's like clicking these golden slippers now, your heels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Back on the platform again.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you ever so much for having me tonight on the show and just knowing how many beautiful people out there tapped into this higher state of consciousness and now knowing that all of the grid systems and all the ley lines of all the portals on the planet, we tapped into quite a few countries and quite a few areas that just taps into the animals, the winged, the elements. Wow, this is just really powerful to me too. So thank you.
Well, thank you. All of us give you a giant hug And we give
Okay.
everyone a giant hug as well. Thanks to everyone for stepping onto the 12D platform with us. And we thank you all. Nora, thank you so much for being here.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Namaste.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Again, if you'd like to access Nora's special offer, you can do that at acoustichealth.com/special offers. And you can get her personal session, which is a very good deal and very affordable. She is on a mission to serve to the cosmic heart.
Yay.